YouTube. Good afternoon, good night, good morning, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. How y'all doing today? Hope everybody having a wonderful Wednesday. Lot going on, man, in the world. It really is. And the only people that need to be panicked is the wicked. Okay? Those are the ones that need to be in panic today. And yesterday, uh, uh, one of my supporters asked me to start back Saturday in Proverbs. I used to do Saturday in Proverbs. And I started reading Proverbs yesterday, and now I'm going to start today and tomorrow, tonight, every night. I'm going to do Today in Proverbs. Every night. I'm going to do, Proverbs is the one book in the Bible that has a chapter for every day of the month. 31 chapters in Proverbs. And when there's not 31 chapters, you just keep reading until you catch up. But I'm going to start doing tonight. I will do Today in Proverbs. Okay? I'm going to do that every day. Bernie asked me to do that. And I think it's something that's needed. I really do. Because a lot of people are getting ready to go through some stuff, to experience some stuff. And they don't really know how to deal with it. So, we're going to try to help them out the best we can. All right. But today, I'm going to talk about, man, God is not mocked. Matter of fact, this is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he shall also reap. And the sad part about this is there are a lot of people who I call trolls that are out here, sowing a lot of negative energy. That ain't gonna. That's only gonna hurt you. That energy. That's the energy that is gonna come back to you, whether you know it or not. You might not even believe it, but the proof is in the pudding. You will find out. Okay. See, I got my see, I got my new background back there. Let me see if I'm coming through. Let me see if I'm coming through. I see some hearts. Yeah, I see some hearts. So I must be coming through. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm coming through. I'm coming through loud and clear. Okay. But see, this is a time that you really gonna have to be careful about the energy that you're putting back into the universe. This is a time to put a lot of positive energy back into the universe. Okay? Gino, man, you the first one up in here this morning. Thank you for joining me. See, this is the time, man, that you need to be putting some positive energy into the universe. See, a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines, playing it safe. Don't know what to do. But you're going to learn from your mistakes. And see, and here's the difference. As long as you're doing what you do from your heart, not from your head. Because when you're doing it from your head, you got an ulterior motive. Okay? You have an agenda when you do something from your head. But when you do it from your heart, you ain't got no agenda. You don't have an ulterior motive. You're doing it out of the pure pleasure because that's who you are. And most folk don't know how to do things from their heart. New York, man, thank you for joining me up in here today. Okay? See, so if you gonna do something, man, do it from your heart. And don't worry. Don't worry. Who is this? Sheridan Gay. Thank you for joining me. I hope that ain't one of my trolls. Oh no. Okay, no, you're not a troll. You're not a troll. Okay, you're not a troll. I got them, boy. They come up in here thick too. I ain't lying. But no, man. God is not mocked. And let me show you. Let me give you an example. You remember when Gaza was being exterminated? Remember when they were killing all of them children and them women over there? Okay, now the same thing you did to them is now happening to you. And see, and you got a whole lot of people talking about we're the chosen one. No, you ain't. You ain't the chosen one. And all your bowing and praying and doing all this stuff is for naught. See, cause let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Let me show you. And that's a good example of what's going on. This is Proverbs chapter 1. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? For scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn at my rebuke. Surely I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called and you refused, I've stretched out my hand and no one regarded. Because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke. Because life is sweet for you right now. Everything's going swell. See, you're living on top right now. So you really don't pay attention to the correction of God because everything's working in your life. Okay? Because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke, I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your terror comes. See, God is telling you right there, look, don't call when the stuff hit the fan in your life, you wasting your time. You wasting your time because I tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen. But see, it's only the people, God's people, who have obeyed him when tragedy strikes. Those are the ones that he's going to respond to. Though the ones that are living a righteous lifestyle. Okay? The righteous is who God is going to respond to and protect in times of trouble. Okay? Let me go back to 25. Because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke, I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your terror comes. When your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, Then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me. See, so you can live any kind of way you want to now because life is sweet, everything's going good, you're on top. But see, when calamity, what's going on, Doc? When calamity comes, and notice it says, you listen, when your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind, man, that means it's going to be all of a sudden. It's going to be all of a sudden. Things are just going to start falling apart. And you're going to call on God and he ain't going to be there. Okay? Thank you. What's going on, Heat? All right? He ain't going to be there. You see, you got a lot of Christians right now, blood-bought, blood-washed, and think that they can do whatever they want. But because they are under the blood of Jesus, oh, he gonna always be there for me. I can go out here, fornicate, commit adultery, lie, cheat, and steal. You know, I'm bought by the blood of Jesus. And he gonna forget. Even T.D. Jakes had the nerve to say, you know, I'm washed by the blood. So whatever I do, God is gonna forgive me. That ain't true. Especially if he's been trying to reach you and you have ignored him. Listen, this ain't my saying. Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse 25. Because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke, verse 26, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your terror comes. When your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Okay? What's going on, Jim? And that is the case. And you got a lot of so-called, what you call Christians that are running around now doing any and everything and thinking, okay, hey, Tanya, okay, thinking, man, they're going to be able, God is going to always be there for me. And he's saying, he done told you, listen, let me go back and read this to you again. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he shall. I hear that, Lord. Let me give you the definition of mock. I don't want to assume that you know what that means. So let me give you the definition. Mocked. Mock means treated with scorn, ridicule, or contempt, often by imitating someone's action or speech to make fun of them. That's what mock means. Okay? Mock. Treated with scorn, ridicule, or contempt, often imitating someone's actions or speech to make fun of them. That's what mock means. Okay? When you're taking God for granted is a good way to put it. When you're mocking God, you take him for granted. You think he's something to play with, and he's not. And you got a lot of Christians right now, right here today in 2026, playing. You got a lot of preachers playing with God. Okay? Let me see who this is. Let me see who you are. Let me see who you are. Let's see who you are. Let me go to your channel. Got 3 subscribers. Let's see. Let's see how. Oh, and you just started in 2024. Okay, so I tell you what, you can't even go live. you coming up in here trying to you can't even go live. And you're gonna come here because if you had some content, you've been here since let me see. Let me see. You've been here since 2024 and you ain't got but 3 subscribers, but you got the nerve to come up here and say you should never teach anyone anything concerning scripture, especially if you never truly examine anything. But you got 3 subscribers. And can't go live. And so the best thing you can do is come up in here and try to be disruptive. That's so you know what I'm gonna do for you? Everett, man, hey man, listen. Thank you. Oh man, thank you, brother. Thank you. Man, listen. I'm glad this brother is up in here. Man, y'all check out Everett Overton. Okay? Check out Coach E, man. This brother, he's dropping some gems. I mean, for real. He's dropping some serious gems for some men. And y'all need to check that brother out. Okay? Check him out. Okay, let me show you who I'm talking about so you can see. Hold on. Now I know because he just see now I know that it can speak. So let me show you. Um, this is his latest. Uh, this is his latest video he just dropped. Hold on. How come you ain't working? Here we go. Can you answer me why you want to counter a woman so much? Do you realize how feminine it is to feel the need to want to overcome what a woman says with your opinion? I want to ask you this. Disrupting and, discouraging and frowning upon a woman's answer is not wise. Do you know there's a time to collect information before the revelation? Man, go check this brother out. Do you know there is a time? This is 21 ways to know for sure. This is a woman or your woman or the woman you like or I don't know women that are watching that you ran through. But is it over? If you're more than 5 of these, probably done. Number 1, any girl on Snapchat and hooked on social media is ran through. Number 2, always masturbates. They got. Number 3, can't orgasm during sex. This is kind of the flip side of that. You ever been with a chick who's like, man, go. Hey, listen, let me tell y'all. Let me tell you, if you are one of them sensitive brothers, if you sensitive, he ain't for you. I'm telling you that now. Okay, you go up in there with your sensitivity, and you're gonna get your feelings hurt. I'm telling you. Okay, but a lot of you brothers, man, need to check him out. Y'all need to follow him. Now back to this. This. How you gonna tell me who I am? You don't know nothing about me. How you gonna come up here and tell me who I am? You probably don't even know who you are. All right. So the best thing that you can do is to go and try to get you some content so you can get some subscribers and maybe you'll be able to go live. Right now, you need what? 997 more. Okay. He can't go live, and you got 2.5 subscribers, and probably no three of your subscribers, and the rest of them. But, hey, listen, it don't matter. But let me see who this is. Let me see who you are. Let me check you out. Let me check you out. Let me see, because I always like to. Let me see. Shelly Gordon. Let me check you out. Let me go see what's. Let me go and see what's on your channel. 3 subscribers. Here come another one. 3 subscribers. Oh, you just joined in 2025. I know, I know you are a troll. So get out of here, okay? Old and uneducated. Well, I tell you what. I tell you what. Let me show you how uneducated I am. Here's how uneducated I am. Bye. See you later. See, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Every time you be trying to show people some light, you always go have somebody come up in here and try to be different, to try to distract you, to try to interrupt your flow. Okay? And ain't no sense in you getting upset or angry. No, don't. Don't even waste your time putting that kind of energy on them. Okay? You're gonna block them. Just get and keep it moving. Okay? And you'll find that most of them will come back with another profile just to try to be disruptive. Okay? A lot of them will come with another profile to be disruptive. Okay? Everett, man, Bernie told me about the thing you all gonna start. I don't know who you are. That you're gonna start at the end of the month, man. I'm looking forward to that, I'll definitely do all I can, man, to help promote y'all. Guarantee you. Okay, whatever I can do to help promote you. What's going on, Edward? Thank you for joining me, man. I'll be glad to do it. But a lot of y'all need to go check that brother out, Coach E, Everett Overton. Check him out, man. Check him out. Okay, check out. He got some good content. He got some great content, and see, you can look at the growth of a person from their presentation to see the evolution. Now, if you end up where you started out at, you didn't grow. Let me say that again. If you end up where you started out at, you didn't grow. You didn't grow at all. And if your ideas are not growing in your mind, they're dead. Let me say that again. If your ideas are not growing, thank you, man. I am the true conductor. That means this is my persona. That's what that is. You know, this is my persona. Something that I just, it came to me and I ran with it. You know, that's how I got here. Everybody would tell me I look like a conductor even when I was doing my Black History tour. And that gave me an excuse to put a business card. Yeah, I'm a conductor on the Underground Railroad. Here, I do Black History Tours in DC. Here's my card. And so when Truth Conductor came, it's like it wasn't a big stretch for me. Because people would always say, man, you look like a conductor. You work for Amtrak? No. But this is just a persona that I just took it and ran with it. And I was looking like this even before the name Truth Conductor came. When I was walking around promoting my Black History Tours, I looked just like this. So I got people used to seeing this image. And coming soon, truthconductor.com. Gonna be up this month. They're working on it as we speak. My website is being worked on right now. Right now, it's being worked on. All right. So no, man. When God give you an idea, just take it and run with it. And see, an idea is nothing but a door. Okay, that's all an idea is, just a door. There's something behind this door. And just like you are able to multiply with children and grandchildren, your ideas will multiply with children and grandchildren. Your ideas are going to birth other ideas. Well, I agree, but that comes with maturity, though. Some stuff you can see through. Some stuff you can ignore. So I don't have a problem, discussing with you. I'll talk to anybody. But you'll find most folk want to demonize you and degrade you, and not realizing, man, you in the same boat. How you gonna live in a glass house and throw some stones? And you in a glass house. And most of the time, you'll find that when people come up and try to put you down, it's because they can't do what you're doing. They can't do it. And you notice all of these clowns that come up in here and see, they never expect for me to go to their page to see who they are. They don't expect that. See, this phone will tell you anything you want to know about a person. So when somebody come up in here with some crap, man, first thing I'm gonna do is who I'm talking to. And see, and if you like this is 2026. So if you just created this account in 2025, especially September, October, November, December, that means you're a troll. How all of a sudden you just create you? I've been around for a minute on this thing, and most folk have been around for a minute. So let me see. I think I have, Gino. I'll tell you in just a second. I'll tell you in just a second. Uh, I think I have. I think I have. Yeah, you got 852 subscribers. 220. See, this man is putting out some content. Let me see when you came on. Hold on. It don't say when you came on. Let me see. No, it don't say. But I know for you to have 200, 852, you almost close, man. You close. Cause uh see, here's a clown. I gotta get out of here. Here's a clown. Let me get out. Let me get out of here. Let me get you out of here right now. Get you out of here. Okay. Um, yeah, get you out of here. You gone. Let me hide that. Yeah, you gone. Get you out of here. But thank you. No, you almost Gino, you almost there. You almost there, man. Just keep putting the content. Keep believing. And see, and a lot of people uh you hear them, like and subscribe and do man, listen, if you like my content, I shouldn't have to ask you to subscribe. Okay? I shouldn't have to ask you. If you like what I'm doing, you gonna subscribe. If you don't, keep it moving. Okay? I'm looking for the people that I ain't got to ask. Hit the like button, subscribe. I shouldn't have to ask you to do that. If you like my content, that's something you should willingly do. Thank you, Gino. I appreciate it. Because listen, let me tell you something. There is a blessing when you exalt wisdom and understanding. It's a blessing on that. And if you don't believe me, let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. Okay? Now in uh Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13. Happy is the man who finds wisdom and the man who gains understanding. For her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. She's more precious than rubies, and all the things you may desire cannot compare with her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand, riches and honor. Okay? Uh, I'm speaking on God is not mocked. Whatever you sow, that you shall reap. You need a ticket. You need some ticket. No, this is free. These tickets are free. You ain't got to pay for them. Okay, they free. Just come on in. But now I will caution you: if you be disruptive, I kick you off the train. See, if you gonna come up here acting stupid, you'll get kicked off straight up. All right, you got to go. But this is and look, let me show you in in chapter 4, verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget or turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore, get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will place on your head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory. She will deliver to you. Man, there are some blessings, because a lot of people right now are in panic mode, and it's gonna get worse. Because the truth be told, most folk are just trying to keep their head above water. That's all they can focus on, is keeping their head above water. See, they can't look at their fellow man. To they can't extend their hand out to another person because they're so consumed with trying to keep their head above water. And that's a lot of these folk running around here faking it, driving these luxury cars, living in these big old houses and these condos. Most of them are struggling, man. They got you. See, they'll give you that Instagram presentation like they got it going on, and in reality, I saw where they used to have this guy. I mean, he was cut, and he'd get up in the morning and show you his routine of what he did, and ended up getting evicted from his apartment. But yet, you look at him on Instagram, man, you find a lot of them people that you see on Instagram, that's shoot, man, they doing worse than you. They trying to trick you like they got it going on, and they really don't. They really don't. And you gonna have to be able to discern what's what. And most folk right now have a trouble with discerning good from what's real and fake. They struggle with being able to discern what's real and what's fake. But see, when you walk in your righteousness, see, God will show you. See, when you live right and you do right by people, when somebody walk up to you, Everett just dropped another. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. He just dropped another video. Hold on. He just dropped. Listen, hold on.
Thanks to him and probably to no one. Because the truth is, most women that are valuable get scooped up early anyway. Keep that in mind. When a woman is that girl, she's highly sought after, usually men scoop them up pretty early 20s, mid 20s. She's usually off the market, bro. But if you're in your late 30s, 40s, especially and beyond, talking about, yeah, there's no good men out here. No, you're no good. You're no good. Men do not leave good women.
Man, check this brother out.
And women don't leave.
Check that brother out. Check him out. Everett Overton. Matter of fact, let me put him. Let me put him. Let me put it in the comment so you can see who I'm talking about. All right, check this brother out. All right, check this brother out. Make sure I got it right. Let me make sure I got it right. Yeah. Make sure I got it right. Y'all check that brother out. Okay? There he is right there. Okay? Check him out. A lot of you young brothers, man, y'all need to listen to this brother. You need to listen to him. Because he gonna put you on some game. He gonna show you some of the plays. Okay? And if you don't want to learn, that's why you don't want to listen to nobody. That's why you're having the problems you have. Because you think you know everything. You got all the answers. You got a lot of, especially the young girls that are out here thinking they hot to try. and not knowing they're being pimped and played. And unfortunately, a lot of them come up missing because they think they know everything and they don't. And they get played and it's too late. See, once you get in that trap, it's too late. It's too late. And a lot of times, because you don't have people, you know, concerned about you, you can go missing for days and won't nobody ask, hey, where's so and so? I ain't seen her. No, I tell my kids and my grandkids, man, you call me and I don't, man, you better look for my. You can't reach me, damn it, you better start asking, where is he? Where you at? What you doing? What's going on with you? And a lot of people don't even have anybody to even check up on them. They're not even missed. And that's a sad commentary, especially when you start getting up in age and you ain't got nobody that's checking on you, that's concerned about you. Okay? That's a sad commentary, man. And unfortunately, that's just the reality. A lot of folk, they just don't, miss. See, again, God is not mocked. Whatever you sow, that you shall reap. And in 2026, that reaping is coming back faster than it used to. Stuff moving fast. Okay? You can get on social media, man, and see somebody, lose their temper and have an accident. Immediately they have an accident. Or something happened immediately. Where this stuff used to take time to come back to you, now it's right at your front door. As soon as you do it. So thank you. Listen. This is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 20. A man's stomach shall be satisfied from the fruit of his mouth. From the produce of his lips, he shall be filled. See, all of them words coming out of your mouth that you think just a joke, that's fruit. The fruit of your mouth is your words. The fruit of your mouth. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 2. A man shall eat well by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the unfaithful feeds on violence. A man shall eat well by the fruit of his mouth. That's your words. The fruit of your mouth is your words. And a lot of people take their words for granted. This is Proverbs chapter 12. Verse 22. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who deal truthfully are his delight. Okay? John, no, I didn't miss you. Thank you for joining me. No, I didn't miss you. I didn't miss you. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Uh, uh, words do form your reality. You're right, Edward. But a lot of us don't. That's the one thing we don't pay attention to. And see, and that goes back to that scripture. God is not mocked. Whatever you sow, you shall reap. Whatever you speak, you shall reap. Unfortunately, see, a lot of people don't have the manifestation of a lot of this stuff, so they don't believe it because they've been speaking some stuff in doubt, unsure, scared. So naturally, you ain't gonna see what you're trying to speak because you don't believe it. You really don't believe it. Okay, but a lot of them people coming up in here with their negativity. You ain't hurting me. That's coming back to you. That's coming back to you. Y'all see this picture behind me? This was in 2018. And I just knew I was being featured in the Washington Post magazine about my Black History tour. And I just knew. As a matter of fact, I was so broke when I took this picture. My bicycle is literally at my feet. I had to ride my bicycle. I didn't even have money to get on the bus. I left 2 hours before the shoot so I could take my time, ride my bicycle, and I didn't sweat out my suit. That's how broke I was. I'm telling you that. But do I look broke? I don't look broke, do it. And see, and you can't. If I can give anybody any advice, look how you want to be instead of how you are. You have to rise above that, man. You have to rise above it. And the only way a person gonna know is you tell them. I don't have eye water to cry with, but I'm believing God. I'm believing God. And I'm trusting God. And that's all you got to do. I'm telling you, I'm a witness. And God, look, since I got 8 more days. Next Thursday is when I go to court for being arrested for panhandling. Next Thursday, and I'm and I ain't missed a beat. Not only have I not missed a beat, I've been able to put some money down to get my website going. Now, you think I'm worried about how you gonna get to? That's up to God. God will send me a blessing. God will send me a blessing. That money is already in the bank. God gonna send me a blessing. I can't worry about that. All I can do is step out on my faith. And my faith said, man, take and I had somebody send me some money. And that money that I was sent, I took that, said, man, I'm putting this down. Here's a down payment on my website, trueconductor.com. See, I didn't go and spend that money. I had things I could have went and did with it. I said, no, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it down on my website. I might as well finally say it took me getting arrested to finally say, you know what, man, let me get my website going so I can get away from this kind of crap. I don't need to be entertaining this anyway. So let me just go ahead on. Cause for what somebody thought they was doing for bad, look what God good came. I said, okay, go to another level. So you ain't got to deal with that. And that's what it took. And see, I think, and this is just my humble opinion. Okay, Friday is the 13th. We're having a conflict, and everybody know Friday the 13th is when something bad happens. That's when the black cat come out. Now, just like we were attacked on 911, which is emergency, if you got an emergency, you dial 911. We were attacked on 911. So since Friday the 13th is coming up, we could be attacked on the 13th. I'm just I'm just asking. I ain't saying, I'm just asking. Because that's a day everybody know something could happen. And everybody, I don't care who you are, have been conditioned that Friday the 13th is, that's when bad things happen, on the 13th. And now we're in the middle of this conflict. Could that be the day America is attacked? On Friday the 13th. Just asking. Because they sure attacked us on 911. It's a possibility. I hope it ain't. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But see, this conflict is a good example of underestimating people. This conflict right here that we're in right now is a good example. Gino, man, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Who is this? Who is this? Let me go look at your channel. Who is this? Okay. Dominic, I'm gonna tell you, you're close. You very close to getting kicked out of here. You really are. You really close. Uh, uh, oh, it's in June. Okay. That's on the 13th of June. Man, that's the date. My wife is the 12th. Yeah, my wife is the 12th of June. Yeah. Um, but no, man, I'm just asking. And see, and you have to. This is we're in a time right now when, man, you got to pay attention to your intuition. We in a time right now where it could be life or death, not listening to your intuition. It could be life or death. Cause when God send you and gonna try to protect you, He gonna give you a thought. Sometimes I've had situations where uh, I go somewhere and I go back and get on the subway and miss a train. I mean, get right there, man. Train gone. Get to another station, just miss the train. Get to my transfer point, get on a train, and there my son is. I've had situations like that where, I mean, I'm talking about, I'm walking up and just missed the train. Go to another station, just missed the train. and transfer to another one and get on the train, and there my son is. But see, if I had caught the trains that I missed, I would have missed him. And I just say, man, look at God. Look at God. So sometimes instead of, being discouraged and being upset about something, man, God is putting you in a position. A lot of times when you're being held up with something, man, God keeping you out of harm's way. And I even have to think that, not knowing we was gonna be in a conflict, because I sit at the White House. Matter of fact, my daughter just texted me this morning where they had a van that ran a checkpoint at the White House. They ran a checkpoint at the White House. And even though I am disappointed that I got arrested, but this could have been God's way of keeping me out of harm's way. Because he know if I'm going to be there, regardless, I'm going to be there. So the one way he makes sure that you ain't going to be there, man, take all your stuff. And that's the way this could be really keeping me out of harm's way. Okay? Uh it's the Underground Railroad Baby Turtle. What's going on? You got up to 100 views yesterday with our little debate. Well, I mean, okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Uh, but I've been at this for a minute, man. I have, and when I first entered this situation, boy, it was stressful. I ain't lying, it was stressful. It was very stressful. And as time has gone, man, uh, I've seen the hand of God. No, I don't. No, I don't. I work for myself. This is just my persona. Okay, this is just my persona. This is my brand persona. That's all. Matter of fact, let me give you the definition of persona. A persona is the public image, social facade, or adopted character an individual presents to the world, often distinct from their true private self. See, when I want to be incognito, man, I put on street clothes. I, I put on street clothes. I put me a bandana around my head because I groom people to recognize me like this. This is how I groom people to recognize me. But when I don't want to be recognized, I put on street clothes. And I walk by people and they don't, they look and say, no, that ain't, I was sitting, I went to the subway. I was at LaFont Plaza waiting for the train. And I don't know where I was going. I think I was going to meet my son. And guy walked up to me, one of the security guys. He said, aren't you the guy that usually had a sign? I said, yeah. He said, where your sign at, man? I told him, I said, oh, I got a little situation brewing. He said, I thought that was you, because I recognized the hat. And that's what I get people to recognize is my hat. Me looking like I can go in any crowd and I'm gonna stand out because people recognize this. All right. And see, and if you're gonna be if you're gonna develop you a brand persona, man, get you a uniform. And you'll cut down on your expense of having to buy fresh clothes. See, because when you use your regular clothes as your persona, you're going to always have to keep that fresh. Then you got laundry that you got to do. You got to go to cleaners. Man, I do my own shirts. I make my own starch. And that's what when they started, I mean, I used to pay $4 for a 16-ounce bottle of starch, and it went up to 70. I said, "Oh heck no! Let me buy my. I'll make my own starch first before I pay you $70." Uh, Let me see here. Okay, and you just got kicked out of here too. You just got kicked out of here. Uh, well. No, you're not a bigot. You're not a bigot. See, these are some of the uncomfortable truths that people uh uh uh. Let's see who this is. That's some uncomfortable truth, man. That you just got to, yeah. See. Here's a good example. Here's a good example, y'all. Y'all see that Starfire 81 right there? That's a troll. They just made they that's a troll. They just made their profile in January. So we get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay? Get rid of that. That's all you got to do. You ain't got let them go out and make another profile. And they'll come back and you'll know who they are because they're gonna come up in here with something stupid. That's how you know who they are. Because they're gonna come with something stupid. And you just and that warns you, oh, I got a troll. Cause they and some of them try to come up in here being all nice and ask the wrong questions. Uh James, man, say what you mean what you say. Cause God is not mocked. Whatever you sow, that you're gonna reap. Whether it be your words or your actions. God ain't mocked. Whatever you sow, that's what you're gonna reap. It's just that simple. Okay? And you can't concern yourself with how God gonna bless you. Let me say that again. You cannot concern yourself with how your blessing is gonna come. All you have to do is keep believing that it's gonna come. I'm gonna show y'all. God, a friend of mine, um, whose birthday is today, came and gave me some money. And see, this is from October. And this morning, man, Spirit of God said, man, I put that, man, I put that, man, rub this money. Get this, get this, get this blessing. Get this energy. This is energy right here. Man, spread this. And I don't care how broke I am. I think I got $9 in my pocket right now. And I don't mess it. I just said the Spirit of God told me, say, man, just get this and just rub it. Get this energy in your hand and just wipe it all over yourself. just just wipe it all over you to become a money magnet. I'm serious. Look, there's this, so you won't think I'm lying. And I told her, I said, I want you to sign this and date it. Okay, and man, I take this and I leave this $100 bill right here in my Bible. That's where I leave this $100 bill right here. And the day is her birthday. And the day is the day that my grandmama passed at 100 years old. Sure did. And I've been knowing Morris for shoot 50 years. And the one thing that she used to always ask me, man, how your grandmama doing? And my grandmama died on her birthday. Okay? She died on her birthday. So I just said, man, let me get this energy. let me get it. Whatever works, man. It might sound crazy to you, okay? But let's see. I mean, you know, my wife is from the Philippines. Look, I got 300 pesos right here that had this money for years. Somebody gave me these. This is 100 pesos right here. I don't know how much that is in American money, but it's been here in my Bible. This money been here in my Bible. All right. Okay. Um. Wow. That's. I know a couple people that have died on their birthday. That's a hell of a day to leave here. The day you came. That's 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 wow. But we all got to do it. Something we all got to do. One day it's gonna come to an end. All right? Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatever a man sow, that he shall reap. And tonight, I'm gonna start today in Proverbs. Okay? Tonight. Today is 11th. So Proverbs have a chapter for every day of the month. There's 31 chapters in Proverbs. And what I like about the book of Proverbs, it shows you how to live today. That's what you don't have to think about 2,000 years ago. It'll show you how to live today. That's what I like about Proverbs. So Bernie asked me if I would start. I used to do Saturday in Proverbs, but now I'm gonna start doing today in Proverbs every night. That's what I'm gonna start doing. So I'll be back tonight with today in Proverbs, and we'll start on chapter 11. Okay, it's about $5, $6. Okay, well, I got about 15. I got about $15. Um, have I looked into the book of Enoch? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I will. I get around to it. I got a lot of stuff going on. I got it's still a blessing. It is. It is. I got a lot going on right now, and I'll get to it. I'll get to it. But right now, this is what God is leading me to do. Cause and I'm gonna be reading it out of the Message Bible because and see what my plan is this. I'm gonna start out in the Message Bible for the month of March. The month of April, I'll read it in the New King James Version. I'll just keep alternating each Bible for as long as I'm gonna be doing it. But instead of just doing it every Saturday, man, there gonna be people that's doing it during the week that need some encouragement. And so why not just do it every day and give people some encouragement? And I guarantee you, when you start reading the book of Proverbs, you're gonna see yourself in it. You're gonna see your friends, your family, your enemies, your co-workers. You're gonna see them in the book of uh uh I gotta get me an Ethiopian Bible. That's one Bible I don't have. I'll get one. I'll get one. I'll get one. But in the meantime, let me still utilize what I have. But eventually I will get an Ethiopian Bible. I will get one, you know. I'll get one. But you gotta start with what you got. See, a lot of people, look at what they don't have and make that an excuse for getting started because they don't have one. Say, no, man, take what you got. Take what you got. Who knows? Somebody might hit up my Venmo and say, man, look, here's some money, go get. Uh Baby turtle. Uh God don't make mistakes. God don't make mistakes. Okay? And have you ever thought that maybe that's the way, if that child, you don't know what kind of condition that child would grow up in. You don't know. You don't even know what kind of lifestyle that mama was living. You don't know. Okay? You have no idea. And rather than condemning God for some things, why don't you ask for some clarity about why? Because if I'm not mistaken, you're the one to say you don't believe God is real. Okay? That you can't, God always got a reason for doing what he's doing. He has a reason. And sometimes you have to ask for some clarity. Ask for some wisdom. God, give me some wisdom and some understanding about your motives. And you might see, because see, a lot of times when people, man, I see some people that have children with special needs in wheelchairs. Many a times coming to the White House. And every one of them parents, I said, man, I pray that God continue to give you strength to deal with this situation, because I know it ain't easy. And they say, you're right, it's not. But you got to have a lot of patience and a lot of understanding to be able to deal with that kind of stuff, because it ain't easy. Okay? It's not easy whatsoever. It ain't easy. It's not easy. And you have, I mean, because I thank God, man. One of my kids could have been born with some special needs, and they weren't. So I'm thankful that I didn't have that to deal with. Okay? And that's just the way it is. So some stuff you have to look at, man, it's a reason behind it. And God ain't gonna make no mistakes. And you have to know that and believe that God is not gonna make any mistakes. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. Uh well, and what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Because you're gonna have to do some work to get into his kingdom. You just can't lay in your bed and do what you want to do and live how you want to live and think God gonna bless you. That ain't happening. You're gonna have to earn that. You got to earn it. Uh, Jim Crockett say, Corbett say, I asked, never received. Maybe you asked amiss. Maybe your motives were not in line with what God's will. How many times have your kids or your parents told you no? Think about it. How many times have you told your kids no? How many times did your parents tell you no? And you think just because you ask God that he's supposed to say yes? No. Might not be good for you. Might be keeping you out of harm's way. Man, let me tell you something. If I had to come into some wealth back in my 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, man, that stuff probably would have destroyed me. It probably would have destroyed me because I didn't have the wisdom and the understanding to be able to handle that responsibility. See, so so a lot of times, man, listen, let me tell you something. Money is only going to magnify who you are as a person. If you are a butthole, a jerk, money is just going to make you a bigger butthole and jerk. That's all money going to do. If you're a good person with a good heart, money is just going to magnify your goodness and your good heart. Money is just a magnifier of who you really are. And seeing we are famous for putting on a mask. Uh, the church said if you give money to the church, it can ease your plea. See, that's a motive. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, people gonna either do something out of their head or their heart, and that's not And I can show you right in Proverbs. Let me show you. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Um, this is Proverbs chapter 8. I'm gonna start at verse 12. I wisdom dwell, and this is where I am. This is where I am. Okay, all right. Okay, listen. I wisdom dwell with prudence and find out knowledge and discretion. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogance and the evil way, and the perverse mouth I hate. Counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. By me kings reign and rulers decree justice. By me princes rule and nobles and all the judges of the earth. I love those who love me, and those who seek me diligently will find me. Riches and honor are with me. Enduring riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yes, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. I traverse, which means I travel the way of righteousness. You ain't gonna take no advantage of nobody. Ain't gonna use, ain't gonna cheat, ain't gonna steal. Okay? In the midst of the path of justice, that I may cause those who love me to inherit wealth, that I may fill their treasuries. And treasuries is plural, which means you're going to have a lot of streams of income. God is going to cause you. See, when God calls you to inherit wealth, man, you're going to stumble into something, or it's going to stumble into you. When God causes wealth to come up on you, you don't know where it's coming from. You have absolutely no idea. Okay? Say a miracle would be a church that doesn't need money. No, see, listen to me. How can a church be there for other people and nobody's really sowing into the church? Where they gonna get their money from if nobody's giving any money? Unfortunately, a lot of churches are just family businesses now. That's what they're using, something they can pass down to their children. That's what a lot of these pastors right now in these churches are using them as generational wealth for their family. Because they're going to pass that church down to their children. A lot of religions, a lot of churches don't they are 501c3 or 3C or whatever it is. Okay, they don't pay taxes, but they should. Okay, and a lot of people are using the umbrella of the church, okay, to to invest in properties that they don't have to pay taxes on because it's coming under that umbrella of their nonprofit. But yet they could. That's just the way the system works. And see, unfortunately, it's like trust. I mean, if you really come into some money, the first thing you need to do is open up your trust and make the trust the beneficiary. Um, no, I don't have any idea, Jen, of what you've been through. I don't, and you don't have any idea what I've been through. So that's a two-way street. Nobody knows, but the Bible say, "My sheep know my voice," and you can listen to a person and tell, you know, what their motives are. I keep telling y'all, anytime somebody come up and ask you, you believe in Jesus? Man, they trying to get you to drop your guard. That's what they trying to do. Because if they just listen to you, they'll know what you believe in. It's just that simple. They registered as nonprofits. Yes, they are. They're registered and they taxes them. And a lot of people have exploited that. Let's just be real. A lot of people who call themselves ministers have exploited that very same loophole. That's all it is a loophole that's been exploited. Okay? Just a loophole that's been exploited. All right? AME, Zion, Baptist, Pentecostal, Catholic, they all the same. They all the same. Okay? They all the same. All of them got the same loophole. And some people exploit it, some people don't. But be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatever a man sows, that too he shall reap. All right? All right, y'all. I'll be back tonight with Today in Proverbs. Okay? All right? God do work in mysterious ways. He really does. He really does. He really does. And you can't try to figure out how God works, how God gonna do something. Your job is to believe. Okay? All right? Your job is to believe. Okay? So I see y'all tonight. Today in Proverbs. All right? That'll be my first day today. I'm starting that out today in Proverbs. So I see you tonight. Okay? See you later.